Hi everyone, I'm Michael, Director of Global Product Marketing for Pokemon Go. Welcome to the first of our new Developer Diary series. Our goal is to give players a behind-the-scenes look into some of our past, present, and future initiatives in Pokemon Go. For our first ever Dev Diary, we thought it might be fun to do a deep dive into a fan-favorite event, Community Day. And as one of the creators of the event back in 2018, I'm excited to be your host. Today, I'm going to cover how Community Day came about, how we picked the featured Pokemon and attacks, and what's in store for the future. I may also share some fun facts and stories along the way. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you a question. Which Community Day event do you think had the highest single-day trainer participation in 2021 so far? Leave a comment down below with your guess, and I'll reveal the answer later on in this video. Community Day is a monthly limited time event in Pokemon Go that focuses on bringing the community together, just as the name says. During this event, one featured Pokemon appears like crazy in the wild, and trainers can enjoy a set of high-value bonuses like triple Stardust for catching or 3-hour lures. Of course, with the increased appearances of these Pokemon comes a chance to also encounter them as a rare, shiny Pokemon. At Niantic, our mission is to create products that encourage exploration, exercise, and real-world social interactions. That's why live events have always been so important to us. Back in 2017, we started hosting major in-person events for Pokemon Go, but we quickly realized that it wasn't logistically possible to have a Go Fest or a Safari Zone in every city around the world. We instead decided to try and flip that model. Why not create a hyper-focused experience in Pokemon Go, which communities all around the world could rally behind and host their own live events and meetups for? That is a great question, and one I often see our trainers talk about. So yeah, let me shed some light on our thinking here. The truth is, we want to focus the experience around a limited window so that players have a significantly increased likelihood of meeting each other out in the real world. This also means that we can set a higher multiplier on bonuses while maintaining the game's balance. We hope it also increases the chance of trainers experiencing this special moment with others out in their communities. Did you know that since it first began in January 2018, we've had a total of 46 community days featuring 41 unique Pokemon? Our vision for Pokemon Go is for it to be a forever game, something that trainers can grow up with and play with their own families as they get older. That vision goes into how we think about featured Pokemon in Community Day. It's really challenging. While picking a Pokemon for one Community Day might be a fairly straightforward task, if you think about planning for 5 years worth of Community Days, it becomes a much more complex one. We want to ensure that every year there's a great mix of different Pokemon to celebrate, and we also try to make decisions for these Pokemon based on data. Community Day isn't just an opportunity to catch rare Pokemon. It's also an opportunity to let Pokemon of all kinds enjoy the spotlight. Every Pokemon is unique and special in their own way, and we love that Community Day lets so many Pokemon shine. When it comes to exclusive moves, something we try to think about is overall game balance, both for trainer versus trainer and raid or gym battles. Community Day exclusive moves should be strong and exciting, but not so overpowered that they outclass every other Pokemon you can get normally. We want to avoid power creep and ensure there is balanced gameplay, so our game designers pay close attention to their overall impact. Did you know that on average, trainers walk 4 kilometers every Community Day? That's quite a lot of exploring. Number 2, on top of that, trainers have caught over 30.7 billion featured Pokemon on Community Days since they first started back in 2018. What an incredible amount. And 3, finally, as promised, the Community Day with the most player participation in a single day in 2021 was none other than Eevee. That's right, August 15th saw the most amount of trainers participate in Community Day of all the Community Days this year so far. Did you guess that correctly? I am proud to say that I've played in every single community day to date, so I have a lot of fond memories to choose from. But if I had to pick, I think my favorite story has to be from the Dratini community day. A few weeks prior, I had actually broken a rib in a snowboarding accident, so my plan was to take it easy. However, about 2 hours in, somebody nearby screamed "Hundo," and apparently a perfect stat Dratini was caught about 1 mile north of where I was. So I speed walked as fast as I could with the pain from my broken rib, and I barely got there in time. To this day, I still use the Dragonite from that community day in Master League. Here it is. I am so excited for the future of Community Day, not just for next month, but for 2022 and beyond. And while I'm not ready to reveal the exact Pokemon for November just yet, I am willing to share some hints. The featured Pokemon, let's call it X, was originally discovered in the Sinnoh region and is an electric type. Stay tuned later this week for a full announcement. And finally, we've received feedback that knowing dates well in advance helps trainers plan for them. So with that in mind, I'm happy to share the Community Day date through the end of the year. And along with these dates, I'm also happy to announce that at the beginning of each future season, we will be announcing the Community Day dates for those 3 months so our trainers can plan ahead. And that about wraps it up for our first Dev Diary. I'd love to hear what you thought in the comments below. With that, I'm signing off. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful community, and I hope to meet you out there someday at one of our community days.